Hi and welcome to Everyday Vlogging with Rich Bassini. Today is February 27, 2019. Thank you for tuning in. I just want to start off by saying thank you to all the new subscribers who recently subscribed to my channel. It is greatly appreciated. I hope you like the content and come back for more. Today I want to talk about the eBay Spring Seller Update for 2019. And I also want to talk about some vintage comics that may be worth a lot of money. That's coming up. Stick around. Thanks. Okay, the first story takes place with Tanebay, and I just want to let you guys know who are new subscribers. I do not read everything verbatim. I will go over, some of the topic. I'll expand a little on each topic, and then I will give you the URL, and the rest is up to you if you'd like to pick up where I left off. The URL for this one here is www.tanebay.com, and this one is in regards to the eBay Spring Seller Update. It goes on to say here, what should be included in the eBay April 2019 seller release. Shop by product, eBay payments, eBay advertisement, eBay tools, shipping enhancement, eBay premium service. So it goes on to say here a little more. This came out today, February 27, 2019. If you notice, I like to throw the dates in there, folks, just to let you know that it's not old news, but new news. So yes, Chris Dawson put this out today, and it goes on to say here at Tanebay headquarters, we've been reading the latest eBay UK seller release for spring 2019 with mixed reviews. On the plus side, there isn't much that's going to really upset sellers, which is good, but there's also not too much really set sellers on fire. And this feels like every minor release for the start of the new year. Now that we're there, we'll be a fuller eBay April 29th seller release. Okay, so it goes on to say here the eBay.com seller release, which came some hours later, explained by the reasoning, saying that there are plans for another seller update in late April, but eBay is issuing a limited update now so sellers can take advantage of the new features, Seller Hub enhancements, and listing updates. With this in mind, what would you like to see in the eBay April 2019 seller release? Then this person here goes on to say here, I'm not going to read all of this here, folks, because I want to try to keep this this reseller news, within the 15-minute range if possible. So I'm just going to give it a highlight. It just goes over here, eBay shop by product. I will expand a little on it, but I'm not going to go too much here. It says many sellers will be eBay rolling out the back of their flagship shop by product experience for the seller side, not being obligated to match the products to eBay catalog, and something that we know will be welcomed. So I don't know about that. We'll see how that goes. I don't know. There's a lot of things that people want to see change, but I don't know if it's going to happen. eBay payments and eBay advertising. It is very notable that two initiatives with the eBay says that most promises for their revenues in the future don't have any updates for that update so far this spring. And then he talked a little about eBay payments, eBay advertisements, and eBay tools. Okay, these are the things that I believe people would like to see, or they're expanding a little on it. Actually, it would be great to see. Yeah, these are the things that people want to see here. That's what this guy was talking about here right from the beginning here. This is what they would like to see, right? Or should be included. I don't know if that's going to happen, but it doesn't hurt to try, right? To put that out there. But anyway, I don't want to expand too much on this topic, folks, because I do have another subject, the same thing about the Spring Seller Update from the same company, and that is right over here. So this is the story you're looking for, what should be included in the eBay April 2019 seller release, and that again is from Tanebay.com. You could check that out. And this one here is again from the same company, as you can see. This was put out yesterday, February 26, 2019, by Chris Dawson. And this one here is eBay.com 2019 early seller update. You know what I would like to see? I want to share this really quick with you. See here? You see when you roll over the little bell? You see that? I wish eBay could do something where buyers, after they make an offer, they have to pay right away, right? That'd be nice if they could pay right away. I messaged this person twice already. First one was thanking them when I sent the invoice, thanking them for making a purchase, and then I just sent them a second one today, asking them again, thank you for your shopping with me. Your item was already for shipment. If on the other hand you do not want this item, please let me know so I can relist it. I'm still waiting, as you can see here. This is why I wish eBay could correct that problem. But anyway, let's get back to this one, to the story here, I should say. Okay, so it goes on to say here, my mouse cursor is not working. I'm sorry, guys. It goes on to say here, eBay had just, eBay.com had just published an eBay.com 2019 early seller update for the wording missing for the eBay UK updates early today. Goes some way towards explaining why the update was relatively sparse. eBay explained that the sellers should expect a further update in 2 months' time. That a limited update is being released today, and an interim measure. Okay, today as an interim measure. Okay. Then it goes on to say here, we're planning a regular seller update in late April. Okay, something we just read that there. What you need to know for eBay.com 2019 early seller update. It goes over here. Some of the changes in the U.S. Largely follow the UK seller updating, including sent offers to buyers, changing the listing duration for all fixed price listing, good till cancel. I'm not too crazy about that. I talked about that yesterday in my other eBay reseller news. I talked about the good till cancel. I'm not crazy about it, to be honest with you, but nothing I could do about that. And providing specifics to listing items without the eBay catalog. Well, that's great. Charges, charges. It should be charges. Excuse me, folks. Changes not announced in the UK but coming on eBay.com include: edit your active listing in the Seller Hub. I'm just going to read the highlights here. Download orders, new other item condition, label and definition update. TerraPeak's eBay Insight tool will be free for store subscribers. Oh, well, that's nice. It's starting in March. Good. That's good, because sometimes you had to pay for it. Oh, wait a minute. Let's see. Hold on. I was thinking I got the starter store. Free to basic, premium, and anchor enterprise eBay. Okay. All right. Well, I thought that was going to be for me. I thought that would have worked for me, but it's okay. There's other ways around. There's other tools to that, to use. Anyway, and state sales tax requirement update. So if you guys want to read more on this here, just go to TameBait.com and you can read the rest of the story. This is the one you're looking for. There was, like I said, there's 2 of them. Here's the other one. All right. What should be included in the eBay April 2019 seller release by TameBait, of course, who wrote this here, And the other one is this one here, eBay.com 2019 early seller update. That's the other story you're looking for. Okay. So let's move right along. Before we get to the comment thing, I just want to share this with you guys. Here is 6 genuine tips for making the most money selling on eBay. This came out yesterday from what I could see here. And again, I'm just going to read the highlights. I'm not going to go into the whole thing because you guys can read it. But let me give you the URL. It'll be www.whatwhere.com. Okay, that's the story you're looking for. Or just type in selling on eBay and, or no, just type it. If you can't find it, just do a Google search. 6 genuine tips for making the most money selling on eBay, and you'll get that story. You'll know what it's talking about just by seeing the picture here. Then you know you got the right one. Or just look who, what, where. Okay, so here it is. I'm just going to give you the highlight ones. It says 1, be an expert in the inventory you're selling. Do your research. Paradise told who, what, where. Make sure you know what your styles are currently popular in the season and having a major comeback. Example, tie-dye, earth tones, bike shorts, polka dots. That's another thing. I have so many girls' tots. My daughter is cleaning, doing cleaning house, and she gave me some nice clothes to put up. And man, it's a lot to do. I got to steam them out, and then I got to take pictures, and it's a lot. I'm looking at it right now. It's a nice bundle there to do, but it's okay. It's well worth it. Hopefully, if I can make some money off it, it'd be great. But anyway, let's keep going right along here. It says be proactive about your eBay seller rating. The better your rating as a seller, the more inclined buyers will be to shop and becoming returning customers. Be prepared to answer buyers' questions and ship sold items quickly to generate positive feedback and boost your reputation as a seller. So you might want to do that. Absolutely, be proactive, no doubt about it. Here's another one, number 3. Pay attention to the listing title. Creating an effective title for the item that you want to sell offers affects how your item will show up in the search results, including important keywords first, such as a brand name, size, color, or other necessary descriptors that a buyer might be looking for to increase the chances of a shopper finding your item. Don't forget to include these key details in your listing descriptions as well. Yeah, so when it goes into search, it will go that it will read, it will pick up the keywords in your description as well. You know, I got to say one thing though. Here's a little thing, just a little tip if you want to try it out for yourself. When you were doing your listing title, you know what I would do if I was you guys? I do it myself. Type in, well, if you're getting ready to sell something, let's just say you're selling a top or whatever, a woman's top, or let's say it's a Charlotte Russe, you know, shoes or whatever. Type in both ways. Type in, like for example, I'm going to use Charlotte Russe. You could type in Charlotte Russe shoes, or you could type in just the word Charlotte Russe and see like that what comes up. Just try playing around with the title. When you do, I'm talking when you're doing a search in eBay. See what comes out on top. The other tip I like to share with you guys is Watch.com. That's another one. So let's say you're going to sell again Charlotte Russe shoes, women's shoes, or clogs, or whatever, wedge shoes, whatever. Type that in watchcount.com and see what comes up. You know, see who comes on top of the list, and then open that one up there. Look at their listings. Look how they have their descriptions and stuff like that. See what they're putting in there. Get an idea from some other sellers. You know, especially if they show up higher in the search ranking. So that's my little tip. It's a quick little tip, but it could be effective. And play around with the title. You know, play around with the title when you're doing a search on eBay. Or even if you do a Google search, see how it comes up. You know, that's another telltale sign you're doing the right thing too. Like it'll give you a little better incline, or I should say, insight on, you know, getting more effective search reviews. You know what I'm saying, and you're higher in the search ranking. So play around with that there. Play around with the title, definitely. All right, let's move right along here. Use the app. Okay. As you can use this, you can sell straight from your mobile device. Download the eBay app for quick, and click the selling button and get started. That's another way of doing it. I like to do my listings on a desktop because it's the biggest screen. I can see what I'm writing and stuff like that. I have the little iPhone 5S, which I love, by the way. I think it's a great phone. For me, I know people may say, there may be people out there that don't like iPhones, but I love mine. I bought it off of eBay, you know, pre-owned, and it works wonders for me. I mean, it's a lot better than the one I used to have. It's better than the flip phone, right? Gosh, I remember that there. But anyway, all right, so yeah, so we got to use the app, and here it says put your effort into your photos. Absolutely. The best time I find to take photos, folks, is the daylight. Bright and early in the morning. If you got a house that's facing east, like my house here, it faces east, and the old saying, the sun rises in the east and sets in the west, especially if you got a lot of windows. That natural lighting is excellent. That is, you can't beat it. Rather than taking, you know, using a flash or using additional lines where you got to worry about shadows and stuff, if you could take it in natural lighting, that is the best way to do it. I prefer to do all my shooting and my photos in the morning, early in the morning when the sun is rising. That's the best way to do it. Same thing with my videos. Right now, my video, I don't have no background lights. I'm using a white screen, and I don't need any additional lighting. The room is perfectly well lit, and I could put all my special effects and backgrounds in it too. So yeah, if you could do it, shoot your photos early in the morning when the sun rises. Hopefully it'll be a sunny day out. You'll see what I'm talking about. It makes a whole world of a difference. Okay, so let's go on here. Let's see what else they got here. And this is, I guess, the last one. Know your retail value of your item. What is it there? 5? That was 5. Okay, yeah. Okay. And this one here, it says over here, know your retail. Yeah, know the retail value of your item. Check out what similar items on eBay are selling for and set a realistic price for your item to sell. You can choose an auction or buy it now or best offer format. eBay also has a trending items page that provides a terrific intel pricing on pricing trends. Okay, and it says shop trends you could resell. So you might want to check into that as well. Just take your time doing your research on it. If you're not in a hurry to get, I know some people like to get their items up right away. You know, just do your research, be proactive, you know, and do your due diligence when it comes to, you know, putting stuff up on eBay, because you want to try to get that exposure, folks. Remember, there's a lot of sellers out there. I think I said in my other videos, the last time I did a Google search on it was 26 million active sellers out there on eBay. So you got a lot of, we all have a lot of competition to deal with. But I think I gave you the website on this one here. I'm going to give it to you one more time. It's www.whowhatwhere.com. Okay, check it out if you get a chance, and these tips may help. Here's another one here I want to share with you guys. This is from the company ScreenRant.com, www.ScreenRant.com, and it goes on to say here 15 geeky collectibles worth a fortune and 15 that are worth next to nothing. Again, I'm just going to, you know, go over the topics, the highlights, and that's it. And you guys could pick up the rest and if you choose to do so. It goes on here to say, and this is how it's going to come up, folks, just to let you know, it's going to have this type of format. Fortune vintage board games from $100 to $400. Okay. One little word of advice when it comes to buying board games, folks. I know it's hard with the vintage ones, but if you can get ones that are brand spanking new with the wrapping around them, you'd be better off if you could do that. The only for the simple reason is if you buy a game that's missing parts, same thing with puzzles. I personally do not sell open board games or open puzzles. Only for the simple reason is if you get a buyer that's buying a 1,000-piece or 2,000-piece puzzle, and that last piece is not found, they are going to be very upset with you, and I guarantee you, they're not going to leave you a nice positive feedback. I assure you. So that's my rule of thumb. But if you are a person that has no problem with that, there where you buy used puzzles and used board games, more power to you. You may be lucky. I've seen some people actually, some resellers and some of the thrift stores will actually open a box up and start counting each and every piece in there. Now, if you're going to do something like that for an old vintage Monopoly game, good luck with that, because there's a lot of pieces to count, a lot of things. The money-wise, you're not going to sit there counting all of the different denominations as money if it comes to a Monopoly game. But for the most part, if you got a game that has all these little intricate parts in there, pieces, you might want to pass over that one. But that's up to you. Maybe somebody will buy it if it's missing pieces. Okay, so I don't want to expand too much on that. Now then you got the worthless now. Okay, so worthless Pogs, milk caps, $0 to $100. Okay, it's between that range there. I don't know if they say it's worthless, but that's how they got it. Okay, I'm not making this stuff. That's why I put the. I always like to give you the URL, the websites. Because if I start talking stuff like this here, people might think this guy's making stories up. So that's why I like to put the website out there. Okay. Again, I want to try to keep this short and sweet, so I'm just going to keep moving as quick as I can. Here's another one, Fortune Viewmasters from $400 to $600 plus. I very rarely will see these in thrift stores. Okay, and if they are there are other resellers that know the value. They're going to snatch these things right up. I very rarely came across. I don't think came across one of these things, but this is what they're saying here, Fortune, right? Well, they call it a Fortune, $400 to $600 or $600 plus. Worthless Pez dispensers. Now, this is, again, they put worthless, but look at the amount, 6 cents to $32,000. I guess they're probably trying to tell you that, yeah, I know it's kind of like contradicting here. You say, well, I thought they said it's worth money, but now it's worthless, but how come it's got that? I'm not making this stuff up, folks. This is what they're saying. You got to read into it. I'm not going to get too much into it because we'll be here for quite some time. But there is, this particular one we'll just go really quick. It's, we're not saying they're totally worthless, but they are saying, what we are saying that aren't generally worth much. They're actually a community of modern Pez dispenser collectors, but how big is it? Nobody knows. Now people like to tout the fact that one time a single Pez dispenser was sold for thousands of dollars. This was an Astronaut B Pez dispenser from 1982 World's Fair, allegedly sold on eBay for upwards of $32,000. Okay, trying to find these type of things is going to be like finding a needle in a haystack. How many people are going to find these type of things? Now watch, and they'll see this art, they'll see my video, they'll go out and start looking for Pez dispensers. Well, you know what? I hope it does inspire you guys, because that's what my YouTube channel is all about, to help inspire and share. And if you guys get something out of it, you get a takeaway from it. Let's say you do watch this video right to the end, and you go to the store and you pick up a vintage Pez dispenser up and you make a nice buck with it. Hey, you want to share it with us? Please put it in the comment below. I'd love to hear what you have to say about it. If you do, I wish you all the best. Okay, let's keep moving right along. Here's a Fortune Laserdisc. Now, I remember seeing these in stores. I never bothered buying them. This I've seen, not the Beatles now, but it says, you can see here, it's $22 up to $500 plus, to $500 plus. For certain ones, just like they said, okay? Now, I can understand something like the Beatles, a Laserdisc like this here, would probably sell for a decent buck. So, well, it says over here, for example, a copy of the Beatles, Let It Be, sold for $270, okay? In January 2019 on Value Your Music. Okay, that's where it was, I guess that's where it was sold. It's an active hyperlink. If you click it on, it'll probably bring you there, okay? So I've seen these, but you know what? I never ventured into buying them. Yeah, I think about it, I should have picked them up. But anyway, it's done is done. Worthless. So maybe this is why I didn't buy it. Most Laserdisc, now these are Laserdisc players or Laserdisc, I don't know, from $0 to $25. All right. Laserdisc collectors shouldn't get too excited because they're not all valuable. In fact, most Most are not due to different reasons to start the opportunity of selling laserdisc copies. Copies of movies is becoming extremely marginal as fewer and fewer people will still have working players. All right. I could see that happening. It's going to become vintage just like the VHS, not the VHS, the 8-track cassette players. But you know something, folks? I heard, well, not heard, but I know until somebody actually brought it to my attention, VHS players, nobody really makes them anymore as far as I know. So if you come across a VHS player, you might want to venture into that there. If you're getting it for a good price, okay? Don't spend a lot of money. If you're getting like a half, like today, my thrift store's having a half price off today. But I'm not going to be going to the thrift store because I got so much stuff to do, around here. Anyway, here's one over here. Another one, Fortune He-Man toys, from $50 to $3,550, $3,550. Okay. Again, I don't know. I mean, trying to find these things is like trying to find a needle in a haystack. Maybe some people who are watching this video may have these things laying around. Who knows? Or maybe you have a relative that may have it, might want to get rid of it. If you can get something like this, get your hands on something like this, it might be a good thing. Let's see what else here. Well, this I got a test for. This year is this. I'm all for this year with this one. That's saying worthless. I believe it. I bought a whole bunch of McDonald's Happy Meal toys, and believe me, folks, I had like a box. See, like this box here. I had like a whole box of stuff like this here, and I ended up selling for like $7.99. They pay for the shipping. And you know what I said? I'm done with it. I will not buy that stuff anymore. So unless there's something really odd that somebody's looking for, I wouldn't waste my money on these things. Okay? There's not much of a value you see there from that. Look at the price range, and that's it. I'm lucky I got the money I got for it, But I took it, Fortune here. Okay, vintage game consoles. $100 to $3,000. Now, when they say big high prices, I'm assuming, I know what they say about assuming, they may be talking about the whole, the whole thing itself, maybe with some with games in there. I mean, to get $3,000, I would expect to get the whole kit and caboodle. It does say vintage game console, but I'm just saying it'd be nice if they could throw some videos in it, some games in it to go along with it. Let's see what they say really quick. New game systems will always sell. Yeah, and that's another thing too. I did have certain games that were kind of like old, and I had a hard time selling, to be honest with you folks. So just be careful. There's a little gray area with this stuff here, okay? Just be careful. But anyways, it goes on to say, it says new game systems will always sell, but in otherwise outdated video game consoles that have been kept in great condition and has a lot of parts, a lot of its parts can be actually go for a lot of on their own. We did come across various older consoles like the Atari 5200 that sold for between $100 and $200, but there are surprising amounts that are recently sold for much more. For example, an original Sega Genesis that was kept in new condition sold for a winning bid of $1,540 on January 2019. Look at that. Okay, so if you come across something like that and you want to take a chance at it, go for it. I don't know. I tried selling some, games there, so the PS2 games and stuff like that, and some Nintendo games, the game with the console and games. I didn't really do good on it, but then again, maybe it was stuff that people weren't looking for. All right, worthless Tamagotchis. Remember these? I remember them. My daughters used to want those things. Drive me crazy. Dad, can you get me these Tamagotchis? Oh, gosh. Well, look at the thing. Like they say, worthless, $0 to $30. Now, then again, they'll always show you one that's going to sell for more. I'm skipped right to the bottom over here. It says there's a recorded sale of an unused Devilgotchi in its original packaging going for $519. So I don't know. Who's to say? These things here, I have a couple of these online right now on eBay. I only got a total of 2 of them. They've been sitting there forever. Folks, if you're going to get involved with Cabbage Patch dolls, unless they are rare, if you see them at the thrift store, don't buy them. Make sure you do your research on these here, because I bought a couple of them, and I had to sell them for so cheap. I think I had a total of 4. I sold 2, and I got 2 left. I have been sitting. I cannot give them away. So when it comes to Cabbage Patch, be careful with that, all right? So I'm just telling you that right now. But anyway, they got this Fortune of Rare. Yeah, Fortune Original Rare Cabbage Patch Kids. Yeah, I know. I mean, I'm not doubting what this person who put this here, wrote this article about this. But for me, I'm not going to expand too much because it didn't really do much for me, I'll be honest with you. But, you know, you guys may have better luck with it. Here's worthless dolls, $0 to $10. You ever go to a thrift store, you see old dolls or dolls with the porcelain faces there, whatever, ceramic, and you look and say, oh, that looks like a nice doll, looks like an expensive doll, this, that, and the other thing. Then you bring it home and you try to list it, or you're doing your research and you say, geez, that's all it's worth, that's all it's selling for on eBay. Why make an attempt to buy it? Even if you're getting it for half price, it's still, I don't know. I don't buy these type of dolls. I don't buy those dolls. But anyway, as you can see, they say worthless dolls. Fortune rare Barbies. Now look at this here, $3,000 to $300,000 plus. Fortune, right? Rare Barbies. Now the chances are of getting these here, you could probably get a better chance to get struck by lightning. It says that rare Barbies are extreme. Another doll exception emphasizes the word rare. Those who do not fit the corner of a modern mass production standards are actually worth quite a lot. One of the most valuable Barbies in its original 1959 Barbie doll herself, also known as Barbie 1. This doll is estimated to be worth around $8,000. Okay. Now, let's see this way. I'm just skipping right to the bottom, folks. It says, which was produced over 6 months for the Breast Cancer Research Foundation. The doll sold for a whopping $302,000. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, well, again, try to find these type of products or items. You'll see how hard it is. It's not that easy, but keep your eye out for it, folks. Maybe you might have these laying around your house. You never know. You may come across one. You never know. Here's worthless. Boy, I'll say DVDs. DVDs. I should have put VHSs in there too. I don't know if it's in this article here, but ugh, terrible. I don't do good with DVDs. I have a couple up there, I think, and once they're gone, adios. I don't want to deal with them anymore. I don't know how you guys feel about them. Look at the way they have it here, $0 to $1 plus. I probably wouldn't be able to get rid of mine for $1. But anyway, if you guys deal with that there, I wish you all the best. Good luck to you. And here's another one, Fortune Rare Books. Harry Potter, $100 up to $80,000 plus. I seen this book in a thrift store, not this particular one. I heard if it's signed, whatever, then it's worth a nice buck. But let's read a little about it for those who are Harry Potter fans. Despite the new technology always changing, how can we receive the written word? The written word books and the regular printing have been shown to endure. This is a great news for those with book collections, as there will be a market to sell for the foreseeable future. While most used books won't get more than a few dollars, rare books can indeed be worth a fortune. The first ever edition of the Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone by J.K. Rowling, the UK version, it only had 500 copies printed in its initial run in 1997. One, wow, which one? Yeah, it says one went on to sell for $81,250 in auction, internet auction in 2018. Okay. Then it says the first edition of the U.S. version, Swap Sorcerer in the Philosopher, from 1998, is entirely worthless either. No, isn't entirely worthless either. It sold up to $7,000 at auction. So what I'm trying to say is I seen this book at my local thrift store. It wasn't signed. I don't know. For some reason, I picked it up and I put it back because I was trying to sell Harry Potter books once before. My daughters, they gave it to me. Go, Dad, you want these Harry Potter books? And to be honest with you, I'm lucky I got $7 for them. Okay? And you know how much you pay for them, right? We paid quite a bit of them. My kids grew out of them. They didn't want them. You girls don't want them as a keepsake? No, Dad, you could have them. Why we getting rid of them? Okay. I couldn't get much money for them. But again, trying to get come across something rare or something signed by the author herself, forget about it. It's good luck with that is all I can say. Oh, here we go. Here's number 15, worthless VHS tapes. Look at this. From $0 to $25. Is that right? I would take it, unless it's 25 cents. It says, unlike the DVDs, which still play just as well, Blu-ray display, Blu-ray plays, the game consoles VHS can only be played on a now defunct equipment that most people don't have anymore. See, so that's what I'm trying to say. If you can come across VHS players and you can get them to work. If you're in a thrift store and they have a VHS area, borrow a tape just to see if it plays. And if they have a TV area, maybe you can actually plug it in and make sure the thing works before you bring it home. But yes, I heard those you can do pretty decent. I'm not going to say you're going to get hundreds of dollars from them, but if you can go in there to the store, a thrift store, and get one for like $10 or something like that, or $5 or $10, and flip it for 70, 80 bucks, hey, that's a nice find. It's not bad either, you know. It says over here, some people have tried listing collections, even individual tapes, for hundreds of thousands of dollars on eBay, leading to a widespread of false belief that certain VHS tapes are worth a fortune, okay, but are actually selling for these amounts. No, they are not. Snopes even investigated the matter in 2016. At the time, when various articles claiming certain VHS to be extremely valuable were popping up on blogs and light news websites around the internet. I think I talked about this here. There was one that said sold on eBay. Actually, there was two. If you look at my videos, you might find it. I don't know which one it was. Supposedly two 1992 Beauty and the Beast sold for $30,000 each. Okay, how true it is, I don't know. You know, even though it's posted on eBay's website, I don't know, because people could have made a bid and they could have retracted. You know, so you don't know. Here's another one here: Fortune Pokemon cards from $5 to $50,000. My daughter's had a whole bunch of them. I don't know. I think we did. I don't know if we donated them or got rid of them. I don't remember, or sold them. I don't remember. But all I know is this is what they're talking about here. So if you guys have any Pokemon cards, you might want to check them out. It build Pikachu. That's what they got. That's what they're saying. Okay. Let's move right along. Worthless vintage band tees. Iron Maiden, Texas 1982. Goes from $0 to $40 plus. All right. So yeah, I don't know. I was trying to sell something that was old. Oh yeah, I have a Nintendo T-shirt. It's still up there if anybody's interested. I believe it's still up there. I only got it, I think, for $7.99, $9.99, and it's I believe to be vintage. It's got the picture of the controller on there. I don't know when it was made, but it's been sitting there for quite a long time. So be careful with the vintage shirts, though, folks. And over here we got Fortune class action figures, $80,000 to $25,000. Okay. Let's see what else I got here. Worthless Hot Wheels, 74 cents, $100 plus. Okay, so that's that one there. Then that's the worthless ones, and now we go to the Fortune Star Trek memorabilia, $5,000 to $300,000. Wow. Are they gonna have what sold for $300,000? I'm looking for prices right here. I don't see it. So anyway, if you do have any Star Trek toys, vintage toys like this here, maybe you might want to check into it. I don't know if you're going to get around these price ranges, but you may do good. You never know. Here's worthless Funko Pop collectibles from a penny. It's a $1,550. I've seen these in the store. I didn't even bother buying them because I didn't know what they were. I never even heard of them. So I just left them there. I used to come across these all the time. I just left them. I didn't bother with them. All right. And what are they? Oh, that's under the worthless. Okay. Let's see. What do we got? Fortune Star Wars memorabilia. From $5 on up to $600,000. Now, again, I don't know. You know, I couldn't tell you. I don't know. I don't really have any Star Wars memorabilia. I don't know. I don't remember doing any stories about it. If I did, I will be more than happy to create a video on it, but right now I don't know of any. But let's see what else here. Worthless Rubik puzzles from $1 to $30, whatever, right? So keep your eye on it. Look, even though they say it's worthless, whatever, if you can get it for like next to nothing, go for it. You never know. You never know. You might have something that people may want. I can't say, Here's a Fortune classic movie posters from $50 on up to $600,000. Okay. Let's see here. I'm going to just skip right across here. It says okay, let's see over here. Let's read. It says the current record holder for the international edition of the Metropolitan film poster, produced in 1927 for the groundbreaking sci-fi film, the poster sold for $690,000 in 2005. Okay. I know an Antique Roadshow, if you can get some rare vintage, classical movie posters, they may be worth a decent buck. I don't know. I haven't come across them, so maybe you guys in your searches, you may come across them. That's why they have cell phones for. You could always check it out before you make that purchase. Anyway, here's the worthless ones. Old calendars from $0 to $50. Yeah, I don't have calendars and stuff like that. Like I said again, you know, the thrift stores I go to, there are other resellers there, and they know what they're looking for. So chances are, by the time I get there, all the good stuff is gone anyway. It's true. I talked to this my brother. We talked about that once before. Fortune comic books. That's what I'm going to talk to you guys really quick next, and then that's it. I want to wrap this video up. Yeah, it says over here from $3 on to 3.2 million. Some of these look like just looking at this very brief little thing. From what I was given, I've been given quite a bit of comics, and it looks like I have some. This stuff pretty looks relatable to ones I have: the Green Lantern, the Hulk, Spider-Man. These look very, and Conan. I have pretty much everything here. Not these particular ones, but these titles. But I'm going to show you that in a little bit, though. So anyway, we're going to get out of here as quick as possible. All right, that's the Fortune for comics. Let's see what else I got. Worthless vintage stickers. From 0 cents, whatever, to $5. Okay, so sometimes people might see this here. Oh, I got this Batman. You know, that's why I said you got to do your homework, do your research. Okay, so we got that one, and here's one: Fortune movie props from film set memorabilia, from $40 to $4.6 million. All right, and it says over here, Goldfinger. Let's see the car. Okay, James Bond Aston Martin DB5 from the 1964 Goldfinger, sold in 2010 for $4.6 million. Anybody got any old memorabilia stuff like that? You could sell. That's high priced. Here's worthless fan art. Wow, 0. Number 1. Okay. All right. So now you have that part there, folks, and just to share this with you guys in case you want to read it, it's Screen Rant, and it's www.screenrant.com. Check it out for yourself if you want to, you know, reread it again, whatever. Here I came across this company called, now I'm not, let me tell you something. On any of these sites I give you, I am not affiliated with them. Okay, so I don't get any rewards for it. I don't get any money or anything of that nature for it. So when I share this information with you guys, it's all free. I'm giving it out free. No one's, like I said, no one contacted me and said, would you sponsor us, or would you want to throw a, you know, a little blurb out there for us? Nobody contacted. I'm just doing this out of the goodness of my heart to share information with you guys. And the fact that I'm also going to be getting ready to, like I said, I got comics I want to go through, and I want to check them out for myself. Okay, so here is this one here in case you want to check it out. It's the URL from what I can see here is www, of course, metropoliscomics.com, right? Metropolis.com. Okay, yeah, that's the website. It's comic, or just type in here, right here, Comic Connect, yeah, comicconnect.com, and this will bring you to the page. No buyer premiums. Anyway, they show you here, they grade the card. Now, this other video I'm going to show you, I mean, not video, this other website, it shows you how they grade it. They talk a little about it, 8.0, 8.5, stuff like that. I have comics, but they're not in these plastic cases, okay? But it'll go on to show you over here, they talk a little about it. Here it says over here, the grade, I think it's 9.6. And I guess the ones that are more, you know, come out certain date, you know, certain years are worth more than others, of course. Look at this one here. Now, this is what it's valued at. Okay, it didn't say it's sold as far as I know. It says this sign will be available to bid on in session ending in March 11th. I don't know, it could be March 11th this year, or it might have just, this might be an old website, not an old website, but an old listing. These all may be old listings, okay? I don't know. This one says here, well, this is the value of $375,000. Now, I have Spider-Man comics, okay? But I have to learn about it because, like I said, there's a way they do it and stuff, the grading and stuff like that. I don't know. I'm not an expert, but I'm just going by what I see here. Okay, some of these look familiar, like out of the comics that I was giving them. You know, some of these look familiar. Like some of the, I have Action Comics. I had the Avengers. I had the Green Lantern Marvel. I have these here. I just don't know if I had these particular types. It's something to look into, and it was given to me. I got a whole lot of them. I did a video about that once before on the comics. I have a whole bunch of them. These are the founders of this Comic Connect. And they talk about, I guess, if you want to contact them, if you want to find out about, you know, using their services, whatever. Session 1, highlights. Yeah, it says original comic art, memorabilia, comic titles, so on and so forth. I'm not going to expand too much on these topics here, but Let's see if I could just go down a little here, because there is quite a bit of stuff here. This is a PDF file. I think it would load it up as a PDF, if I'm not mistaken, or maybe not. Yeah, and they'll talk a little about these things, Tarzan, and they'll talk about the Wiz comics and so on and so forth. Some they will talk like this one here. They'll give you a value too. Now this one here, it looks like I have this here. Okay, I don't know. I don't have a 1938, but I know I have Action Comics, and I have quite a bit of Superman. But look at the price. Well, look at it. Look at it say valued at. Okay, $50,000. All right. Here's another one here. $7,425. What is this one? Or is it this one? This must go with this one, I guess. And here's another one here, Action Comics 23 for $10,000. Yeah, so they all range in prices, their values, I should say. Not probably their values, the same thing. But anyway, yeah, you might want to check this site out, folks. Okay, and there's a guy over here that I picked up on. He sells old comics, how to sell your old comic books. If you want to go to his site, again, I don't get anything for this here. I'm not affiliated with him in any way. It's www.sellmycomicbooks.com. And he's got some videos of how to sell the books, video guide. He does a couple of videos on how to sell comic collection, whatever. That's what I have, boxes like that, full of them. And will talk about, when you actually, you could send them to him, or the list, not the comics, the list, if I'm not mistaken, to his email, and he'll do he'll give you an appraisal from him. After you send him a list, he will contact you to send photos of those comics. Okay, you might want to check it out, folks. Okay, and with that, I want to close out this video. Anyway, guys, this is Rich Pasini signing off. Today is February 27th, 2019. Until next time, bye-bye now.